your life back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Get Your Life Back with Cheryl, yours truly, certified life purpose coach, speaker, author, and a whole lot of other things. But today I want to get right into this particular topic because it's a question many of us ask ourselves. I want to talk about how to identify, and I'm looking at two different cameras, so if you see me go back and forth, that's why. How to identify, how to know your calling, your role, and your purpose. So I am just going to ask you, who are you in various environments? I want you to think about that. I want you to have a Selah moment. Who are you? What role do you play in various environments? Because a lot of times that's the indicator of who you are and what role you play and what your purpose is, one of the indicators of your purpose. So what is it about you that pains others, but it's your strength actually? Sometimes it gets on other people's nerve when you do it, but it's your strength, it's your gifting. For me, it's my level of EQ, emotional intelligence, which of course means that I have a high empathy level. I am empathic listener. I am an empathic speaker and communicator. I have a high level of empathy. So I'm always wanting to get to the root of a problem, to identify the root and the fruit, right? Like just being able to assess what I'm looking at, but going beyond what a person is saying. And so just because I'm a mental health professional and a life purpose coach, doesn't mean I've learned that in that field. I've always been that way from young. And then I see the consistency. And I'm always seeking understanding within this context. I want to know, what is the context around what happened, what the scenario was, whatever was presented to me. I want to know the facts. I want to know the origin. I want to know the antecedents. Like what are the events that led up to a particular thing or action behavior? What say you? What say you? Can you see who you are? I need you to kind of step out. I don't know if any of you ever tried stepping out of yourself and looking at yourself from outside of yourself, if you know what I mean. So you're looking outside in and you're trying to envision what other people see, in you and what permeates out of you. So can you recall anything that your yay-sayers, those are your supporters, those are the ones who see you and they speak it into your life all of the time. They're always able to identify what your strengths are. But also you have your naysayers. Again, those people that may find a complaint against a particular thing that you do, but in the right context and in the right environment is actually great. For instance, I'm very empathic. Everything that I do, I need to be empathic and I need to have a high level of empathy. In ministry, as a pastor, as a pastoral counselor, as a mental health professional, as a life purpose coach, I need to be empathic. I need to be able to put myself in somebody else's shoes. So I have a tendency also to critically think or analyze different perceptions, right, and perspectives that are of value, not only from clients, from my peers, from other people, whoever it is. I tend to do that. So it's hard for me to say yes and no. A lot of times when people ask me certain questions, my mind starts to think about, well, I got to go beyond. I got to get more information. That's just the way my brain works. And there's no apologies for that. So a lot of times I can be misinterpreted as being challenging or challenging somebody else's, and that don't happen a lot. But I like to know someone else's core belief, or maybe according to their core beliefs, they internalize or interpret my asking and being empathetic as challenging their thoughts and their views. But I like to see clarity and I like to get an understanding. The Bible also says, in all of your getting, get an understanding before making a judgment or coming to a conclusion. And a lot of us, we do that and it mess up all of our different type of relationships because we draw wrong conclusions based on our perception and perspective because we don't try to understand, to seek to know, so everything that I know for me, it has served me in all of the roles that I play, because I serve people. And so my goal and intent is always to understand the people or the person I am serving. That goes into my role as mother, when I was a wife, and when I'll be a wife again, a friend, a sibling, and everything. And so I like to understand people's emotions, and why they do what they do. Now, a lot of times your emotions can become a barrier to growing and increasing your level of EQ, because sometimes the way you perceive things cause you to feel a certain way, and you may wrongly interpret what is actually happening or what is being said because of your emotions or the way you perceive the person. It gets in the way and it blocks, and they could be giving you some good information. And, sometimes we go through different seasons, being hurt, going through traumatic experiences and hardships. And that does influence the way we think, the way we feel, the way we behave, the way we react. Instead of responding, we react negatively to something because we did not seek out to understand. That's why it's best to do things when we're in a calm state. Our nervous system is calm and we are emotionally regulated, because now our brain is online and we can think clearly and rationally about things, or rationally about things. And so let's think about that. Why, we react to things in a certain way. We need to learn again how to embrace moments of silence to even get clarity. And we live in a society that don't allow us to do that. So for me, I'm usually the rational, I call it the rational advocate in the room. How I attempt to reason about things and all of that. And so I was reminded of Prophet Isaiah. Prophet Isaiah said it best. He said, let us reason together. Find it in the book of Isaiah. I based everything on biblical principles. You can always find an answer, a solution, or the why in the word of God. So really quickly, when he was saying that, basically was saying, let's flesh it all out. Let's deliberate. Let's debate about this particular situation, what God was going to do with his people, the children of Judah, basically. They had sinned. And so he wanted to weigh the matter out. He wanted everybody to kind of reason and decide how they're going to go about this thing. What is the consequence if they don't repent? So in other words, God was encouraging the prophet and Judah to consider and think about, examine, deliberate, their situation, and then how that will play out. They can either continue to be rebellious or they can become repentive. See his role? This is what I'm trying to say. I want you to put it all together. Clearly, they were guilty of sin. And so I want you to think about that. I want you to ponder about that. I said all of that because I wanted you to get an understanding of, I'm using my example of the role that I see myself in different contexts and different situations. Where do you see this in you? All of these characteristics that I mentioned, the advocate, the counselor, the one who brings reason to the situation. That's always been my role. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. So all of these traits I had seen consistently throughout my life, and every role that I play, every position, every hat that I wear, and within my ministry and within my career. I'm the one in the room with the different idea. A lot of times, and the negative side of that sometimes, the negative feeling sometimes I get is I'm being misunderstood. Not all of the time, because most of the time I'm around like-minded people. And so usually we like, yes, yes, somebody else will say the exact thing I'm feeling or vice versa. And it's like we get each other. And a lot of times, if you look at your inner circle, you can see the things that you have in common. What role do you play in your inner circle, in your inner court of friends? Who are you? Because it's going to tell you. Look for the signs, look for the behavior, look for the consistencies. Have you ever took a personal inventory, intentional inventory of all of your strengths? And then what people say about you, because you will see a consistent theme. You will see it. You will hear it from people, the yaysayers, and you will also hear it from the naysayers. And it's funny, you have people on different perspectives of it. So you need to learn how to sit still long enough to see you in these different contexts, who you are, along with praying and asking God to reveal and give you clarity. A lot of times it's right there, but we're not paying attention. Or for whatever reason, we've gone through some things in life where we just kind of don't see ourselves and other people seeing it, but you don't. You're like, I feel clueless. I feel like a question mark. And so I want you to ponder on everything that I shared. And I want you to share your answers in the comment section, because I really want to know if this was beneficial to you. And I want you to start taking inventory if you feel like you need to find out more about what your purpose is and what your passion is and what you're called to do and who you are. Be able to pull out those strengths. Some of you got to get in the habit of doing that. You're uncomfortable with even doing that, saying what your strengths are. So this is one of the strategies that I use in my Purpose Passion Finder workshop that I have people enrolled in right now. They're going through a journey of identifying their strengths and learning how to translate them or see the correlation between their purpose and their passion, or their passions and their strength that relates to their purpose. They see the correlation of both. And so I'm helping them do that type of work, which I love to do, because when you get that revelation, it's like, oh, when you know who you are, you just get a certain level of confidence. And then you start seeing all of the possibilities and the things that you can do. Remember, I am a life purpose coach. This is what I do. I wanted to have a platform where people can do this comfortably. It's like it's a group coaching program. There's no space for you to compare yourself to anybody else. It's just you. There are other people enrolled in the Purpose Passion Finder workshop, but when you're in it, it's you and your thoughts, your time to really think, to ponder, to meditate, and all of that stuff. The Purpose Passion Finder workshop comes with the Purpose Passion Finder journal. And so you get to jot down all of these things. I designed this guide to help you gain more clarity about your why, purpose, and passions. And I have a men's version and I have a women's version as well. But just a few, because I added some more things to this. Let me read the table of contents for you real quick. And so I have a page called affirmation, clarifying your why, clarifying worksheet, use what's in your hands, what's your conclusion worksheet, tips pointing to your purpose, actualizing your purpose, he said, she said, they said worksheet. We just talked about your naysayers and your yay sayers. What's revealed worksheet, gifts, talent, possessions. What do you carry? What are you possessing? The big reveal to your why after you've done some of the work. Passion indicators, personality and purpose, your positive affirmations that I put inside this workbook and this journal. Then I added some publication resources. I talk about prophetic writing, Getting Your Life Back Academy, which the workshop is hosted in, and staying connected with me. And so I have, again, some wonderful affirmations, things, worksheets for you to fill out, because this is your book. Now you can also order the paperback if you want to as well, but I also have the digital version in the workshop. And see that, and it's easy. And you know what? It's lifetime membership, so you can do it whatever pace you want to. You can stop, you can rewind, you can forward, whatever you want to do. And just really, because you need to go through this and think about this. And there's some exercises in here that you have to go out in the field to do. And the field could just be your family and friends, because I have you ask them specific questions pertaining to your strengths and your abilities. You see? So, and it's not really thick at all. Look, that's about your passion indicators. And I have a list of resources for you. Everything about prophetic writing. Oh my gosh. And more. And I added more to this book actually. So it's just a little bit thicker than this. Look at that. It's not even real thick. So if you want to be part of the Passion Purpose Finder workshop, you can get in there now. If not, I also have a program, the Purpose Passionpreneur Insiders Club. Now that is a monthly membership program where, oh my God, not only will you be enrolled automatically in the Purpose Passion Finder workshop, but then you move on to the next level where you're learning how to take all of what you have identified and turn it. I'm so sorry, you guys was over there crooked. And turn it into a business, a book, your story, your message, a speaking business, whatever you want to do with. Maybe you want to utilize social media and share things, all these things that you got bottled up inside of you. And it's time for you to just let that stuff out and share with the world. You want to serve other people. You are the answer to somebody's question. You are the solution to somebody's problem, and all of those things. I mean, there's so many more things in there. You can learn how to put all of that stuff on a stage. You can learn how to do virtual summits. I teach you a lot of different things or ways that you can monetize your passion and your purpose, and not only monetize, just operate in it, period. And just it's walking and operating in your purpose, basically. And I show you so many ways to do that. I even show you how to write a book in 30 days. If you got that idea, you'd be surprised how quick you can write a book. Again, this is lifetime membership. So you don't have to actually do a book in 30 days, but I teach you how to do that and how to upload it on Amazon and Barnes and Noble's platform. And I haven't even named everything. And then there's digital books that you get automatically free because you're part of the Purpose Passionpreneur Insiders Club. So I practically open up the vault. So everything in there, all of my webinars and seminars that everybody else is paying for, from the page to the stage, from trauma to triumph, overcoming things that you've gone through that are keeping you in prison so you can't operate in your purpose and your passion, or you have created a personal prison and not even knowing it. I'm teaching you how to break past through all of that. And I share a lot of my stories because that's exactly what I've done and what I am doing consistently. Overcoming things that I know the enemy will use to keep me stagnated and procrastinating. So we do some mindset work to help you overcome those negative thoughts that you have. Again, those unhelpful thoughts, and that don't allow you to progress. And so we do the inner work, we do the outer work and everything. And so that's what I do basically as the life purpose coach of Get Your Life Back Academy. So all of this is in Get Your Life Back Academy. Oh, you can go to getyourlifebackacademy.teachable.com. So I look forward to seeing you if you decide to join us so you can get more of these type of webinars, seminars. But I really wanted you, I want to challenge you to do all of the things I talked about earlier. And I want to know what you've concluded after you've done this work. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the bell. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be bringing a lot more juicy things. Talk about my new podcast coming out. This is a podcast itself. And so it's just going to be another segment, or if you will, on this platform. And I'm going to be sharing it with one of my sister girlfriends, one of my best buddies. And I'll come back and talk about that another time. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life